Boss, what's new?
What's new is I have a couple questions. May I begin?
Yes.
My segment today with questions.
Anytime you want. Yes, we're ready.
Okay, what percentage of people in Buffalo, a.k.a. Bills fans, are also Toronto Blue Jays fans?
I think it's pretty small, but right now it might be peaking. They played here during COVID, and Guerrero is a superstar, and they're in the World Series.
Some of these guys played AAA ball here in Buffalo, so there's some attachment from that fan base, but this has largely been a Yankee town in my experience. So, there's probably more than ever because of this relationship and because of what Mike said about them playing here during COVID, but it's nowhere near the majority of baseball fans.
10%? Of Bills fans?
Who's that? Buffalo AAA is the affiliate for who?
The Blue Jays. That's what I'm saying. Like guys that are on this team now played here pretty recently.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it was Cleveland for some reason.
Used to be.
Okay, maybe when I was up there?
Yep.
Was it Cleveland?
Mm-hmm. I think so. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that makes sense. So then there is a decent attachment then.
Yeah.
If Buffalo's the AAA affiliate for the Blue Jays, because I've learned a couple things. Well, first of all, we know that there's a lot of Bills fans in Toronto and in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of Bills fans. I've also learned over the last week or so that the Blue Jays are like the national team of Canada, and that they've got fans throughout the entire country, and like people in Calgary and Edmonton and all these other cities are like big Blue Jays fans, and they get seen throughout the country to the point where the Blue Jays actually have bigger television audience than like the Dodgers or the Yankees, because they are the team of Canada. They are the national team. So I didn't really know that, but that's cool, I guess. And then
yes.
When you said, Mike, that you stayed up to watch that game, God bless you, by the way, but also I thought maybe there's a bunch of people in Buffalo that are Blue Jays fans. I don't know. Maybe that's like their squad. I hadn't really thought of it. I didn't remember it being that way when I was up there.
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't remember anybody talking about anything other than the Bills or the Sabres when I was up there.
Right.
Like,
that's really
it was almost like baseball and basketball did not exist.
That's kind of the right point, I think, mostly. Like, It's not that Buffalo generally dislikes those teams, but I just feel like we're really not, as a community, we're not that into it. It's just about the Bills and the Sabres, like you said. I also went to Game 2.
I told you guys this, but Mike, are you just a baseball guy, or do you like the Blue Jays?
I love baseball, and I am a bandwagon Blue Jays fan. Like, when you were with the Bills, I didn't really care at all. They were winning like 73 games a year or something like that, probably. But when they're good, I get into it. I went to Game 2 in Toronto, and so I've got a string going of being up until like 2, 3 a.m. It's not good.
Yeah, so the kid that pitched for them in Game 1, I think it's like Jurasic or something?
You're Savage, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're Savage, yeah. He is 23 years old, and he grew up like 7 miles from where I grew up.
Yes, that's right.
So I mean, I don't know him, but I know of him, and it's, I played against his high school in basketball and stuff in high school growing up. He went to Boyertown High School. I went to Wyomissing. I know everybody in Western New York cares deeply about this, but it is wild to see like a 23-year-old kid from my neck of the woods start World Series Game 1 as a pitcher, and he wasn't even like that highly sought after coming out of high school. I guess he just learned this pitch that's like unstoppable or something.
Yeah, he has a splitter, but then he has a splitter, and then in Game 1 he really didn't use it. Like he couldn't find it. But they won. He got through a few innings and they won. So.
And he's been on quite a ride. I mean, he started, I think, playing in low A in Florida, and then higher A in Vancouver, and then double A, which is in New Hampshire, and then eventually here, and then eventually Toronto, and now he's in the World Series. It's been quite a season for him.
That is unbelievable. Okay, my other question is, one of your commercials during the break, because I was listening, is about border attorneys.
Yes.
And the border can be really hard on couples. So you need to get border attorneys. What am I missing? Why do I need a border attorney?
I don't know that you do.
I hope you don't.
I think I'm speaking way out of school. I think if you might have a record, they're not going to want you into Canada. Like, I think it can be tough getting back and forth if you have.
Oh, if you have a criminal record,
yes,
it's hard to get back and forth.
You can't get in.
And these guys can help you.
Or yeah, right. It can be, right? I mean, it's one of these things that can just get flagged randomly, and then you're stuck. But I think what these attorneys are selling is the opportunity to have that taken care of ahead of time.
There you go.
Got it. Okay. All right. I just wanted to know. I got both those things where I was intrigued during the commercial break.
Well, good. So here are the Bills, Kansas City next, 40-9, the final in Carolina. We can get right to the Chiefs game if you want. I just wonder if you think they're okay. We've had a couple of days where we're talking more about their faults, and there was a lot of that before this game too. Even Sean McDermott sounds, when it comes to their passing game, that he feels like it's not quite right, to put it mildly. What do you think? What are you seeing?
Well, let's start with the positive. You guys know I'm a glass half full guy. I'm a positive guy. I think that's super important in life. I mean, that was exactly what the doctor ordered for the Bills in terms of coming out, taking care of business, getting a big win, getting the O-line going, the run game going, defense looking better. I mean, and you can say, oh, it's the Panthers. I mean, they were 4-3. They had won 4 NFL games. And so for the Bills to go down there and destroy them like that was exactly what they needed on a lot of levels, including confidence, going into this matchup against the Chiefs. I mean, I think there probably are still some concerns about the passing game, and I think the Ed Oliver injury is very, very unfortunate because I've argued for a while that I think after quarterback, the second most important position in the NFL is defensive tackle in particular. I mean, D-line in general, but D-tackle in particular, because of how impactful those guys can be snap to snap against both the run and the pass. So I think D-tackle is a more important position than edge rusher. I don't know that it was thought of that way when I was playing, but it is now, or at least I think it should be now, because of how quickly the quarterbacks can get rid of it, how good they are at stepping up in the pocket. Whereas a disruptive D-tackle, even if it doesn't count as a hit or a quarterback pressure, they can still be that word, disruptive, and affect the quarterback. So that feels like a pretty significant injury. We had talked last week a lot about Greg Cosell's comments about the Bills' passing game, and maybe the answer when you have Josh Allen a quarterback is not to be getting the ball out of your hands that quickly. Maybe there should be more stuff intermediate or down the field. But I got to be honest with you. You guys know how much I love Greg Cosell. He is my co-host on Thursday and Friday on the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. 46 years, NFL Films, really well revered. I think it was the same episode, the same show, where he talked about Patrick Mahomes being the fastest in the NFL from snap to ball out, and how quick and rhythmic the Chiefs' passing game was. So that actually might be a question I asked Greg on Thursday or Friday this week, is like, hey, Greg, how can you on one hand criticize the Bills because the passing game is so quick and ball out, and maybe with Josh Allen's arm they should, expand it, drive the ball down the field a little bit more, and then in the same episode talk about how the Chiefs' offense is awesome again because Mahomes gets the ball faster than everybody else. To me, that, Mahomes has a pretty good arm too. So, you know what that sounds like to me? It's like, well, the one's working and the other one's not.
Right.
So let's praise this. You know what I mean? Like that's not Greg, but that sounds like.
Yep.
What if it was flipped? We would say the exact opposite. Oh, look at Allen. He's getting the ball out so quick. They're giving him all these choices, and he's beating him with his brain. Doesn't have to always be his big arm. And Mahomes, man, they can't drive the ball down the field. They should. That's Patrick Mahomes. So I don't know. Some of that just has to do with how well you're playing, I think.
Yeah. Further on the defense, I mean, the Oliver loss is huge, and you've already highlighted that. They did get contributions on Sunday from guys two who were suspended, Ogunjobi and Hoyt really flashed, Ross. I mean, 1.5 sacks, a forced fumble. I mean, he just was a presence. So that was really welcomed. And they also got Maxwell Hairston, their rookie corner, first-round pick, on the field for 20-some snaps, and that seemed to go pretty well. And they even got a younger, athletic safety back there that may have saved a touchdown early in this game. I think he did, because if Rapp were on the field or Jordan Poyer were on the field, I think Dowdle runs away from both of those guys, and Hancock caught him from behind on that play. So they did get some reinforcements on defense, but Hoyt to me was the top story in that part of the thing.
Well, I love that dude. He came on my show in the off season, and yes, we got the Ivy League connection. But just talking with him, his mindset, just a crazy story. He was like a 310-pound, run-stuffing D tackle at Browns, and then somehow he gets to the Rams and loses weight, but he can really run and move, and I just like his mentality a lot. I mean, it strikes me, I don't know if there's anybody before. Oh, there was somebody before me. Think about the proud lineage of Ivy League players for the Buffalo Bills. Jack Kemp, Ryan Fitzpatrick, Ross Tucker, now Michael Hoyt after a game. I think pretty clearly, if Brandon Beane's listening, the Bills need to get more Ivy League guys.
Hey, don't leave out Jackson Hawes.
Yes, I'm so glad you said that, because people want to say Georgia Tech for him when he was there for like 5 months, which drives me crazy. Jackson Hawes is another one. I mean, think about it. I don't know if I'm missing any. Hit me up on social media if I am, at Ross Tucker NFL. But basically, the Bills have cornered the market on Ivy League superstars over the years, and they need to add even more.
Although we're not, I don't think we can count Jack Kemp. He went to Occidental, but maybe.
I thought he went to Dartmouth. Oh, that was his son.
Jeff Kemp went to Dartmouth. That's right.
That's right. It was his son that went to Dartmouth. Okay, right. Forget him. Then the new narrative is Ross Tucker started this Ivy League pipeline to the Buffalo Bills in the early 2000s that went to Fitzpatrick, then Hawes and Hoyt.
Right.
Okay, new narrative. We got it.
And look at them now. Insider calls are brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. There's the Ross Tucker Football Podcast. There's also the Even Money Betting Podcast. Kansas City, a 1.5 favorite as of only, Tuesday for Sunday's game. Does that surprise you in either direction?
No, it doesn't. I mean, I think most people would tell you they think the Chiefs are better, but the game is in Buffalo. The Chiefs are on a short week. Buffalo has kind of had their number in the regular season, as we know. The Chiefs in the postseason. You can't do this, but I'd love to see what the number would be if this was a playoff game. I mean, I think it would be different, right or wrong. I like the Bills, as I said on today's Even Money Betting Podcast. I like the Bills as a teaser leg, up to 7.5 points, paired with something else, because I just have faith that they'll at least be in it, or even if they're down 2 scores, that Josh will get them a touchdown or a score late to make it a 1-score game. I do have to tell you guys, it gave me some pause. The Chiefs are that good. So even taking the Bills and the 7.5 was not like a no-brainer for me, because, man, the Chiefs look really good. You watch them last night, and it felt like the Commanders couldn't have played much better. Yeah. I mean, the Commanders, they get the interception from Lattimore. Kelsey goes off his hands. Reiner gets the interception. Mariota, I mean, in the first half, that's about as well as I've ever seen him play. He outplayed Mahomes. Then the second half starts, it's like bing, bang, boom, touchdown, Chiefs, first 3 drives. I mean, I talked to you guys about it last week. This is the best their offense has looked in years. How about this? Last year, they were undefeated at this point. This year, they have 3 losses, and yet their point differential, right, how many points they've scored versus their opponent, is better this year than last year.
For the whole season.
They have a better point differential because they're just smashing teams now. And I don't know. I think that makes it even more important that the Bills win this game. And I know we've talked about it the last couple of years, and it's been like, does it really matter? Because they're going to play against each other again in the playoffs, and maybe you'd rather lose this one and then have a better chance to beat them in the playoffs or whatever. I actually think it does kind of matter because the Chiefs are looking so good right now that I think it would be really nice confidence boost for the Bills and, quite frankly, for the rest of the NFL if somebody could take down the Chiefs, because these last few games, they've been, like, scary good.
Here we go again with that.
Right.
Ross, what have you got going this weekend? Any games?
Yeah, man, this is kind of wild. I have a CBS television doubleheader, which means Saturday I will be on every television in the country, including everybody listening, for Army at Air Force, noon Eastern,
love it.
Which, by the way, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. 10 a.m. Mountain Time.
Yes.
And I adore those games for a million different reasons. Like, those are my favorite games to do. Because I just talked to 2 Air Force kids today. They're incredible. And then there's one flight from Denver to Nashville. I will be on it because I have Chargers-Titans for CBS on Sunday. So the rarely before, if ever done, CBS back-to-back doubleheader college NFL weekend for me.
You're closing in on Herb Street. You just got to get like a pregame show in between in some remote location,
and a dog
and a few dogs. Yeah.
Yeah. But 2 things different. Number 1, he has a private plane. I do not. And then number 2, he gets. I mean, he has a meeting, but he doesn't have a game on Friday. There's a day in between. I've done the Thursday radio Saturday game, or I've done the Sunday, Monday night radio.
Okay.
To do TV back-to-back days, it's more about the meetings. You know, it's more about, like, tomorrow I'll go right from the Air Force head coach to the Chargers coordinators, and it's just kind of keeping it all together, and then the back-to-back nature of it. But I would do it every weekend if they let me. I mean, you guys know the way I am. I'm a sicko. I love this stuff.
Right.
Thanks for fitting us in, Ross. Appreciate your time as always. We'll talk next week.
Always. See you guys. Hey, let me know if you need a border attorney.
Likewise.
Noted. All right.